Yep, this bike left me stranded, and I was convinced it was the battery. So I bought a brand new one, and I still had the exact same problem. If your motorcycle won't start, check these 5 things before you start throwing money at it. So this started happening after a few rides while I was making the exhaust comparison video. And the bike would start, the bike wouldn't start, left me stranded, and I went and got a new battery. So here are the 5 things that I'd check if suddenly your bike won't start. So the first thing that everyone thinks, and that's what I thought, was that it's going to be your battery. So you want to test your battery, get yourself a multimeter and start the bike up, and start the bike and see what happens to your voltage when the bike starts, if you can get it started. If you can't get it started, charge up your battery, get the bike running, and see if you can actually see if the voltage is giving you the right readings when it's running. A healthy battery should sit somewhere around 12.6 to 12.8 volts, and then once it's running, you're going to get about 13.8 to 14.5 volts when you rev the bike. In my case though, the new battery didn't solve the issue. Next up, the stator. This is one of the most common charging system failures on bikes like these. The stator generates power while the engine is running and charges the battery through the regular rectifier. If the stator fails, your bike might still run for a while, but eventually the battery drains and the bike won't restart. You can test this with a multimeter before replacing anything. Regular rectifier. The regular rectifier is another big one. Its job is to convert and regulate the power coming from the stator. As the bike accelerates, you'll generate more voltage, and the regular rectifier regulates the voltage so that you don't burn out your battery. If this fails, your battery either won't charge properly, or worse, it can overcharge and damage electrical components. A quick voltage check while the bike is running can usually tell you if something's wrong. This is the connector for the regular rectifier. You definitely want to have a close look at that, make sure that it's clean, clear, and that it's not built up with dirt or potentially burnt out. You also want to check your regular rectifier, make sure that everything is as it should be. So have a look at these connectors that are on this wiring harness. As you can see, they're starting to look like they're getting a little bit of heat damage. I'll definitely be changing this out when I put this wiring harness into the new build. This connector was recommended to me by the guy at the automotive parts store, and so far it's been pretty good. So I'll definitely be putting one of these on the new build. And this is my actual problem. Not the battery, not the stator, a burnt connector. These connectors can build resistance over time, especially with heat and vibration. Eventually they melt, burn out, or stop making proper contact. And the crazy part is, this tiny little connector can leave the whole bike stranded. This is exactly why you should inspect the wiring before throwing expensive parts at the problem. Yep, so these are the remnants of the burnt out connectors that I've replaced. As you can see, there's definitely been a heat build up there. It looks like the wires probably weren't thick enough, and it's just burnt away to nothing. And that's literally where the fault came from. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Tell me I've got it the right way around. Holy moly, we're done. And finally, fuel and spark. If your battery and charging system check out, you need to make sure the engine is actually getting fuel and spark. Bad plugs, dirty fuel, blocked injectors, fuel pumps. There are a lot of possibilities here, and I will go into that in more detail in another video. But start with the simple stuff first. Once I repaired the connector, the charging voltage came straight back. The bike fired up properly, and honestly I got lucky finding it before it completely failed. Hopefully this saved someone else from replacing parts they didn't need. I'll be doing a deeper video on diagnosing the charging system properly. Stator tests, regulator tests, all of that stuff. But for now, check the simple things first.